Good evening, everyone, to this Tuesday, December 12th, 2023, business meeting of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Board of Education. I'd like to call the meeting to order, and can everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, correspondence. Who is doing correspondence tonight? You do? Okay.
On December 8th, we received an email from Alexis Pagano regarding streamlining Vernon's schedule of students participating in band/orchestra. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Windhausen. Let's move on to the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Ms. Kowalski, and good evening, everyone. I want to congratulate all the athletes. I know they're going to be recognized tonight. I'm so proud of you. And it is the best part of my day to come outside of the office and watch you play and compete all over the place. You make us very proud every day, every time you represent Oyster Bay. So big congratulations. A lot of exciting things are happening in computer science and technology. This past week, we celebrated Computer Science Education Week. We're excited to see our students coding across the district from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. At Vernon, on Tuesday, December 5th, we had STEM night, and it was wonderful to see parents and students working together on different projects, engineering projects. There was a demonstration on chemistry. It was nice to see everybody excited around science. Staying along with technology, K-6 digital safety and citizenship. We've been working on that for the past couple of years, and it was a board goal. So our Roosevelt students are taking the pledge to be safe, responsible, and respectful online and at home, learning about digital privacy and security, learning not to share the passwords and simple stuff like that goes a long way. Vernon students are learning about cyberbullying and how to be upstander, learning about how to locate and identify reliable information. Vernon students are also learning about digital etiquette and how to draft appropriate emails. So that was it was a very good week all around. Last weekend, I know the weekends are going really fast, but last weekend we had Peter and the Star Catcher. And I want to recognize the dedication and the hard work of everything that went into bringing the magic of Peter and Starcatcher to life on stage. From the actors to behind the scene team who worked tirelessly on the props, on the lighting, costumes, and every detail. It was the creativity and the passion was certainly outstanding, and it was nice to see the students performing and doing such a great job. I keep reminding my wife that there is no reason to go to Broadway show because we have everything over here. So at this time, so congratulations to everybody. At this time, I'd like to bring before you bring to the podium Mr. Bramoff for the athletic presentation and Dr. Danka for the guidance presentation. And I would like to share a quick video with you, and that video is going to go out to the community. Dear Oyster Bay East Norwich community, we come to you from the new collab space that we have just created. Thanks to your support. We have done so much work. We are very proud of our students and much more. We have much, much more to come. So we have a very special message for you. Students, are we ready?
Yeah!
All right. From East Norwich to Oyster Bay, happy holidays! I figured, great, right? I keep trying to ordering for Broadway, so I think that So have a wonderful, wonderful holidays to all of you, and Happy New Year 2024. Came up really fast. So at this point, we'll have Mr. Bramoff.
Good evening. Tonight is truly one of the more special nights of the school calendar where we get to recognize our fall athletes. I'd like to thank the Board of Education, Dr. Yanni and his team for allowing me to showcase all the wonderful things that are going on with our student athletes. Tonight's presentation will have 3 parts. I will cover our 2023-24 athletic department goals. And then I will provide you with a fall athletic update, and we will conclude the presentation with the reason that we're all here with our fall student athlete recognition. So I'd like to begin with our goals. These are held as the standard, what we're trying to achieve every day in Oyster Bay Athletics. Scholar athlete teams is on the top of my list, and students, you are making the grade. We are continuously striving to make all of our teams, student athletes and scholar athlete teams, both recognized by Section 8 as well as on our intramural teams. We want to compete for championships, and we certainly did that this fall. And we facilitate opportunities at the collegiate level for our student athletes. Just a few hours ago, I had the privilege of being part of a signing ceremony with some of our student athletes who will be continuing on in college. In terms of student achievement, the fall athletics update, we had 169 fall varsity athletes on our 9 competitive teams and our 2 intramural teams, which include sailing and crew. 8 of our 9 eligible teams were designated as a scholar athlete team. This is something that I'm very proud of, is every fall team qualified for the postseason. I think all of our student athletes, coaches should be commended for that. Can we please give them a round of applause? As you'll see in a few moments, we had 2 team county championships, and we had 1 individual county champion this fall. And at the end of this presentation, we had over 40 plus, many of them who are here tonight, Coaches Association award winners, and we will recognize them. This is a graph that depicts, in blue is the athletic teams that were named Scholar Athlete, as well as our 2 intramural teams. Girls soccer took the high watermark at 96.44 for the varsity teams, and crew got a 96.74. It's pretty impressive that these athletes are making sure that they get to take care of their schoolwork, which is the most important thing. Again, as I said, we'll get to that in a moment. We had 2 county championships and 1 individual this fall season. When it comes to community, this fall, I really felt, as I was standing under the tent after the girls' soccer championship in the pouring rain, eating a soggy chicken finger, I felt like the entire community came to that game. And that, to me, was like a moment where I really was overwhelmed with just pride of being a Bayman. So we are promoting our communities through, as well as our student athlete achievement. One thing that we did this year to promote our student athlete achievement is, as each team was set to continue on to their first fall varsity contest in terms of the playoffs, we did a little parade, and a little impromptu parade. The students and the staff would greet each of our teams as they did a walkout, and they took a picture on our nice new, I don't know how to say it. Dr. Yanni, how do you? Terrazza, but that's at least I think how Dr. Yanni says it. But we got a nice chance to take those photos out there, and it was truly amazing. The whole school kind of supported each other as each of our teams continued on their journey. Our coaches have been tasked with connecting the elementary schools with Vernon and Roosevelt to the high school. This is a picture of one of the many things that our teams have been doing. Our cheer team, who took first place the other day, congratulations, ladies. They they were holding one of their many clinics. They call them the mini cheer team. And also this January, we're going to have our student survey go back over to Vernon. This is really an important piece for me, that student survey, because it helps me guide the athletic program as we move forward. We want to maintain a digital social media presence. I feel like I've been saying it for a few presentations now, but we are really close to 1,000 followers on Oyster Bay _AD, and maybe after tonight we could get to that mark. This is a highlight of one of our football games, and obviously one of our soccer stars. When you say school spirit, I feel like we really had a tremendous sense of school spirit. I'd like to thank all the outside organizations, the PTSA, the Booster Club, the town of Oyster Bay, Councilwoman Walsh, Nassau County. There's so many things that go into putting on these events, but these community events, such as our Friday Night Lights and our homecoming games, they don't happen by accident. It truly takes everyone to kind of chip in and to create these amazing events for our students. When we get to our specific fall athletics update, these are the 4 levels that we offer. We begin with our intramurals, which are focused on participation, all the way up to our varsity levels, which we focus on team goals. This is just a quick snapshot. And again, thank you to our partners, Oak Cliff, Oyster Bay Community Rowing, and Nassau County Parks, for providing us with these intramural opportunities. I keep telling Coach Harrison that if our sailing team keeps growing, he's going to be called Admiral and not Captain anymore. So again, we also get to many of our middle school students took advantage of the intramural golf season. They got to go down to Caniac Park and participate. They're just trying out these sports for the first time. As you can see with our intramural program, these are lifelong sports, activities. And we're really trying to reach as many students as we can by providing them with opportunities. This is a list of our varsity teams for the fall. I'm very proud to announce that next fall season, our JV boys volleyball team will be making the jump to varsity, and that will be a first at Oyster Bay, and we're really excited to make that jump. As again, all of these teams that you see listed here qualified for the postseason. And just a quick update for each specific team. Our cross-country boys are no strangers to success. They maintained a top 5 ranking all season long. They were named the team county champions. We had an individual win the county championship, and they placed 6th place at the New York State Public High School Championship, which is the highest placement for a Nassau County Class C team in history. So, yeah, that should definitely be commended. But wait, there's more, because as amazing the boys' performance was, the girls' performance was equally amazing in their own right. We're at the state qualifying meet. Our girls' team, they all ran, almost every single one of them ran a personal best to get us to be qualified as a team, which was very important to the girls because that meant that our entire team got to go on that trip. And that was a very special time for our girls' cross-country team. Our girls field hockey team, once again, they are perennial, always in the playoffs. They were towards the top of the league this year, and they qualified for the postseason once again. Our football team, there's no secret, our football team has turned the corner. We really put something out there that was special this year. We qualified for the playoffs for the first time since 2006. We were named most improved team in Conference 4. And we were honorable mention in the New York State rankings for a Class C team. So tremendous job by the football as a program. We had over 80 kids in a helmet this year, and it's just a testament to the hard work of those student athletes. Our boys soccer team made the county semifinals, where they lost a hard-fought game to a state-ranked Carl Place team. They should be commended. We had a mix of young and old, and Coach Donahue and the boys, they really gelled at the right time and almost knocked off a perennial state powerhouse. Our girls soccer team, they really turned the tide this year. They had not had a win since 2019, and they made it all the way to the county final. So, kudos to them for really setting a high watermark for the girls soccer program. Not to mention that they had the highest GPA of our scholar athlete teams, which should not go unnoticed. The girls soccer team, it was just a magical journey for them this year. So our girls tennis team, we saw an increase in numbers. We had a lot of very, very young student athletes come out for the team this year. A few middle schoolers, a couple pairs of sisters that were competing together, and they qualify for the postseason. They're going to be realigned next year, and I was talking to coach, and they really thinks he's going to be competitive towards the top of the league next year, so they should be commended for that. And then last but certainly not least is our 3-time defending county champion girls volleyball team, who also maintained an undefeated regular season and was very close to taking the Long Island Championship this year. So a big round of applause for all of our fall teams and their accomplishments. And now we're going to get into the part where we're all here for, is our fall student athlete recognition. Student athletes, as I call your name, please come up to the stage, receive your certificate from Dr. Yanni and President Kowalski, and then you can remain on the stage, and we'll take one picture with hopefully all 40 athletes up here. All right? We're going to start things off with our cross-country team. Oliver Kexmer, all conference. James Salvato, all conference. Nathaniel Wick, all conference. Omek Kumar, all county. Zachary Green, all county. Cross country, Christopher Tarduno, all county, all state, Nassau County individual champion. Liana Altamirano, all conference. Cross country. Nicolette Lewis, cross country, all conference. Nicole Walsh, all conference. Jocelyn Shadler, all county. Emmeline Zeller, all county. Now on to field hockey. Olivia Garcia, Unsung Hero Award. Amelia Scammell, all league. Gwyneth Davey, all conference. Sierra Barefoot, all conference. Marin Crabtree, all county. Noel Montic, all county. And now on to football. John Barbera, Unsung Hero Award. Congratulations. George Henry, all conference. Joseph Gotti, all county. Joseph Henry, all county. Now on to boys soccer. Giselle Cruz, 7th grader, all conference. Dr. Yanni, I love that suit. Matthew Vera, all conference. Yes, it's a great problem to have. Lucas Enriquez, all conference. Kristen Alfaro Palacios, all county. Christopher Dean, all county. On to girls soccer. Leah Putnam, all conference. Sarah Byrne, all conference. Gabriela Torres, all county. Chiara Ritigliano, all county. Lily Woodstock, all county. Sierra Nessus, all county. Marlo Knox, all county. On to tennis. Savannah Gallo, USTA Sportsmanship Award. Rose Lindstrom, all conference. On to volleyball. Kira Sansone, Scholar Athlete Award. Nicole Flores, all conference. Sabrina Eisner, all county. Sophia Pavlovic, all county. Nicole Gaddy, all county. Your 2023-24 postseason award winners for the fall on stage. Give them a round of applause, please. Student athletes, if we could pose for a picture with Principal Argaman. We're going to need a panoramic view. Parents, if you can get a good one, that'd be great. You can send it to oysterbay_AD. And once again, we're going to pause for one more picture. Keep taking them. We got to get one really good one. All right. Once again, your 2023-24 Fall Student Athlete Award winners. Thank you. And I have a few more people to call up here. So some of you will be sitting down and coming right back up here. So and now we will call our county championship teams up to take a picture with Dr. Yanni and the president of the Board of Education, Ms. Kowalski. At this time, would the Nassau County champion girls Class B volleyball team please make your way to the stage? Nikki Gaddy, Sabrina Eisner, Sophia Pavlovic, Nicole Flores, Francesca Alejo, Emma Ansborough, Kayla Dennehy, Grace Egan, Tess Egan, Lily Moore, Vanessa Palacios, Isabella Rizzuto, Kira Sansone, Femi Vumbarakis, Coach Victoria Wink, and Coach Jennifer Isles. Your 2023-24 Nassau County Volleyball Girls Champions. I apologize, Dr. Yanni. I kind of sped through that. All right, and we're going to pose for a picture with Principal Argaman. Let's give it up for our three-time defending county champions. Great job, girls. Great job. I'm sorry. And now we're going to call up our Nassau County champion boys cross country team. Omek Kumar, Zachary Green, Christopher Tarduno, Oliver Kexmer, James Salvato, Nathaniel Wick, coached by Coach Nicole Bifuco and Coach Kevin Cotter. Your 2023 Fall Nassau County Champions cross country team. I'd like to call Christopher Tarduno to the stage. I give you your Nassau County individual champion in cross country. This is Chris's 11th individual county championship as a Bayman. And I have a strong feeling he's not done yet. And one last thing that should be noted, I would like to recognize all of our coaches, but there were 3 coaches that stood out this fall season and were recognized by their respective associations. We have Coach Jennifer Isles, who was Coach of the Year for... We have Coach Andrew Caramico, who's in the back also, as Coach of the Year for football. And we have Coach Kevin Cotter, who was Coach of the Year. In closing, this fall season was nothing short of magical. Athletes, you set a new standard, and we're going to continue to raise that bar. And as always, go Bayman.
Thank you, Mr. Bramoff, and congratulations again to everybody. I'd like to invite to the podium Dr. Danka for a guidance presentation. Thank you.
I'll try not to take this personally. It's totally okay. Thanks for all who stayed. Appreciate it. All right. So good evening, and thank you to the Board of Education and Dr. Yanni for inviting me to provide updates on the exciting things that are happening in the Counseling Center or the Counseling Department on the elementary and the secondary levels. The approach of the Counseling Center, of course, is always to educate the whole child in mind, heart, and body. This most certainly starts on the elementary level, not only with academic interventions, but social and emotional interventions. Specifically, we focus on coping skills that can grow with our students. There are 3 parts of the elementary counseling program: social and emotional lessons, the proactive counseling approach, and the transition to Oyster Bay High School. Lisa Lowe, our elementary counselor, has done a great job in collaboration with other members of the mental health team on instituting RULER. This is an evidence-based approach to social emotional learning. It stands for recognizing emotions, understanding its causes, labeling emotions, expressing emotions, and regulating the emotions. Some of the lessons that she has done thus far focus on empathy, acts of kindness, being our best self, gratitude, and of course, being kind to your mind. The attempt is always to be proactive in meeting the needs of our students, and to do so requires defining the roles of the mental health team in conjunction with our special services department. I'm going to reference the response to intervention tier model, of which there are 3 layers of intervention that you will liken to a pyramid. The bottom of the pyramid, if you will, encompasses all students. Ms. Lowe is exactly where that is right now. Her role is to see every child, no matter their needs. She assesses them and she meets them where they are at a given moment, and she works with them short-term or refers them to the most appropriate team member in the building. And as the needs of the students become greater, the specialty of the professional becomes more intricate, with social workers being in the middle and our psychologists at the top working with our highest need students. The key is that no one tier works alone, and that is true at the elementary level, because you wouldn't have a pyramid without all 3 parts. Ms. Lowe does a great job of educating the students and working with the teachers and getting comfortable with dealing with day-to-day challenges. Teachers are making more of a habit of reaching out to her and asking for advice, and she in turn empowers them to deal with social emotional situations initially on their own with her support. But it's important to understand that she will intervene in partnership with the teacher when necessary. And another main focus, of course, is the transition process for our 6th graders coming up to the middle school. The beauty of a smaller district is the ability to have more one-to-one contact with students. In the late winter, early spring, Ms. Lowe will be meeting with each 6th grade student and completing what we call an annual academic review. This is an interactive form that she and I developed, comprised of setting student goals for middle school, college and career discussions, and of course, addressing what students are looking forward to as they transition, and of course, what might be concerning them. The form is designed to be an outline for a meaningful conversation, and that can travel confidentially to the middle school with the student to allow their new counselor to have an early reference for getting to know them. Ms. Lowe will also work with the middle school, high school counselors to present on the technical aspects of our students' middle school experience that pose the most questions, such as, what does a middle school schedule look like? The differences between the middle school and Vernon, extracurricular activities, and such. While Ms. Lowe was a middle school counselor, having our current counselors at that level by her side doing these presentations is a great way for our 6th graders to come to know the counselors before they begin their middle school experience. And of course, Naviance continues to be the vehicle, or our vehicle, to life after high school. And it's a central part of the transition that will be introduced in 6th grade. And it has most certainly become our college and career online platform. And now we come to middle school. It's important to note that while the middle school is in the same building as the high school, there's a difference in learning needs on the academic as well as the social level. In middle school, they may look bigger, but their mind is still growing, and that's okay. They continue with Naviance and they work with the counselors to make sure that they're comfortable in their classes and know all the resources available in their new learning environment. The social emotional focus also continues. Of course, we try to move past COVID, but we do have to acknowledge that the experience of isolation that our students have had has proved to be a little bit of a setback in their growth, especially in the social world of our kids, not only in Oyster Bay, but nationwide. Couple that with the normal challenges of the middle school age range, and it can be most overwhelming. So what better way to remind our students of empathy and remaining focused on their needs and that of others than to use our own student leaders, some of whom are in front of you this evening, to get that message across. Yesterday and today, the counselors and I pushed into 7th and 8th grade English classes. And we had some outstanding conversations with the students, with the central part being small group discussions led by the members of our student athlete leadership program. Never underestimate the depth of our middle school students. They engage beautifully, and they had wonderful real life experiences modeled and discussed with our student leaders. As many of you will often hear me say, one of my mantras is that which cannot be talked about can never be laid to rest. I'm most proud of our middle school students and our student leaders for their powerful conversations, and of course, their willingness to be honest and work together towards understanding the best way to overcome challenges and simply just be kind. Social emotional learning, of course, should never just be one and done. This is why I continue to work to partner with outside resources such as the Long Island Council Against Bullying. They offer extensive programs for students, parents, and staff on topics such as self-reflection and respect for others. And they will train members of our staff so that we can turnkey the programs with our students. And of course, it takes a village. So collaboration with families and the home is key. We want to educate families not only on what we're doing to support their child, but also help them understand how they can do the same at home so that we can support each other. Things like understanding a transcript and what is needed to graduate from high school that will lead into a successful college experience are not always easily known. So we hope to change this by providing information nights. So middle school families should definitely stay tuned. And of course, on the high school level, these information nights continue, as planning for life after high school and the road to college, of course, is ever changing. This year, we have already held our senior college family night with 29 families in attendance, where we discussed in great detail finalizing the college list, deadlines, letters of recommendation, standardized testing, and the new FAFSA form. On top of the new FAFSA form, we also welcomed a financial aid specialist on November 20th from Adelphi University, where we had 20 students and families in attendance. The feedback that I received was that the new form was broken down into more manageable tasks so that parents can see this seemingly very overwhelming concept to be a lot easier and to be less scary, if you will. And then this Thursday night, we'll welcome 10th and 11th grade families for the PSAT Scores Back night. Not only will we discuss the PSAT scores that students achieved in this past November, but we're also going to discuss the impact of standardized testing on an ever-changing college process, especially with the test optional lead up. And now to my golden ticket. In November, 59 students from the class of 2025 embarked on the college trip with us, where we visited 5 colleges and universities listed on the slide in the Mid-Atlantic and Washington, D.C. area. This was not about whether or not the students could get into those schools, but we wanted them to get a full college and campus experience. The settings of these schools were very different in the urban and suburban areas, as well as their demographic makeup, which proved to be so valuable to our students. So day one, after a very, very long time on the Cross Bronx Expressway, we made it down to the University of Pennsylvania. We were able to meet up with a graduate from last year who took our kids around and was able to make their time on the campus most efficient and most relatable to our students. After that, we ventured down to Loyola University, more of a suburban campus. The following day, we went into Johns Hopkins University, where we also met up with 2 other alums from Oyster Bay High School. It was heartwarming to see our current 11th graders really connect to our alums and really get excited about the students that they saw in the halls of this one building as successful college students. And that really made the visit even more impactful for them. We had a very rainy start at Georgetown University on day 3, and we followed that up with George Washington University. And because we were down in the Washington, D.C. area, we, of course, took advantage of the sites. We were able to take the kids to the Lincoln Memorial. They saw the Washington Monument. Each night they did have a group dinner, and the second night was spent in David Buster's, which was extremely enjoyable for the kids, and full transparency, the chaperones as well. So what does this mean? Up on the slide is some of the feedback that the students were able to give us. And the college trip was really twofold. It exceeded the goal of exposing 11th graders to different college campuses in the urban and suburban areas, but it also allowed the class to bond while learning something new. And as you can see, that was a common theme kind of on all the feedback. And as if this wasn't enough, we get to do it all over again in 2.5 months with our 10th grade class. We'll visit the same areas in the Mid-Atlantic. My hope, though, is to expand the choices of colleges just to make it a little bit more diverse. So stay tuned as we're in the planning stages for that. And of course, I definitely cannot move on to the next slide without thanking the Board of Education, Dr. Yanni and his central administrative team, as well as our community, for allowing our students to have this experience. I knew going into it that it would be wonderful, but it proved to be so much more than that, as it allowed the kids to bond. And for that, I'm forever grateful. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Moving along, we're always, of course, looking for ways to increase application rates by providing a diverse set of opportunities for all students to take part. We began the year with our Common Application Boot Camp. This is the second year this was taken on. The maiden voyage, of course, was last year, and we were lucky enough to have double the participants this year than we did last year. That was because the road was paved very, very smooth before I even got here, so that I appreciate. We went on with the SUNY Free Application Week that we did take advantage of. We processed, at the very least, I would say, 189 applications. Counselors offered small group environments where they could work with students, as well as individual meetings, to make sure that the kids not only were thorough in how they completed their application, but also that they were done in a timely manner. In September, we had 2 larger scale mini college fairs. We welcomed 56 colleges in one session and 44 colleges in another. And then we followed that up with the on-site college admissions visits. If you don't know what that is, on-site college admissions visits is when colleges agree to send representatives from their admissions office to meet face-to-face with our seniors. And they actually sit in front of them with their application and their transcript. They assess them, they talk about what they see and and ask any questions that they need. And the beauty of this, not only is that most of them waive the application fee, but they get a decision on the spot. On top of that, most of the schools will also give a preliminary idea of what kind of money is coming towards them. Now, keep in mind, when they get this information about the money that's coming towards them, their financial package has not been processed yet. So that number can only go up. And we've done a fabulous job, and the kids have done a fabulous job in making that experience count. And of course, our district-wide college shirt days that are the next one coming up on Friday. It's just a way for the community, the staff, the students, administrators to be in solidarity with our seniors, because it can be a very stressful process, but it most certainly should also be extremely exciting. So we hope to promote that with these days. And as you can see, the on-sites were most certainly a success. Stay tuned for Farmingdale State and SUNY Old Westbury. Full transparency, the numbers were a little lower because most of our students took part in the free application week. And for the on-sites, they were unable to waive the application fee. So just know that those numbers might be a little lower, but we are thrilled with what we have thus far. Probably the best part of the on-sites, though, is to see the kids. A lot of them go in, a lot of times this is their first time applying to a school, or this is their first school that they apply to. And to see their excitement that they actually got in somewhere, even if they don't really want to go here, they know that it's possible. And that's really the drive that makes us continue to do this each year. It's helping them with their confidence. And we see it many times over, and we're thrilled. And of course, some highlights from the Common Application Bootcamp. We did welcome college representatives that worked with our students on their college essay, which seems to be the hardest part of the application process. If students had something in writing, they were able to meet one-on-one with the college reps to get an idea of what the college aspect or the lens of the college rep would be. If they didn't have anything written or had trouble getting started, every single one of those students that left that college representative meeting had some idea as to where they were going. Another confidence booster. And of course, our college mini fairs. So I want to talk about the types of applications. It's really important to know these are the deadlines of the application. So students can apply to multiple schools using different application deadlines. However, understand that not every school offers these deadline options listed on the bar graph. The reason why I put this bar graph up for you is because I want to draw your attention to early action. Early action is something that we want to push all of our kids, provided it's appropriate, which most of the time it is, to really take advantage of these early deadlines. Not only will they get a decision earlier, but they tend to be compared with a smaller group of students when technically the freshman class of whatever college or university they're applying to has not been built yet. So there's more spots available, and a lot of times there's also more money available. So I want to really point that out, that our highest number was, of course, early action. And early decision, we also had a pretty high number. Now, early decision is binding, but students can apply only to one school under the early decision mark, but they can also apply under other application deadlines until they get a favorable decision from the early decision school. We do that so that they have opportunities, that if early decision does not work out, they have something to fall back on. But I'm very proud to say, and I'll show you in another slide, that a lot of our early decision students did a great job. If students are accepted to the early decision school, the expectation is that they withdraw their other applications, but it does not stop them from actually processing other applications, if that makes sense. And of course, the most popular schools with our students. I'd like to draw your attention to how diverse the list is. We have schools on the Ivy League. We have schools that are more competitive. We have schools that are more traditional. My point being that for such a small district, we have something for everyone. And we're trying to really continue to grow our list of colleges that our students are aware of and are comfortable applying to, and really foster those relationships with representatives. And as of December 6th, we are at 89.1% of our senior class that have applied to at least one college. I will say, as of 20 minutes ago, that number did hit 90. And yes. And we are absolutely positively thrilled. And that was not something that was done alone. It was most certainly a team effort. And for that, I am also forever grateful. And it definitely is in line with the increases that we've been experiencing at least the last 2 years. And of course, we have our highlights of what we've seen so far. And again, the diversity is there. Obviously, we're thrilled with Princeton, but we're thrilled with every one of these colleges, because much like Tulane University, we haven't had a student go to Tulane University in a number of years. So these schools are getting back on the map, which means that our job of trying to broaden the horizons and what kind of schools we're allowing or really enabling our kids and empowering them to look at is definitely growing, and it's working, and we can hope to continue that. I'm proud of my counseling team. I'm thrilled with faculty and staff colleagues, and of course my administrative colleagues, for being part of the village that has brought us to the success that we're seeing right now. And of course, I'm most proud of the students and their families. Their partnership and hard work are what certainly makes us Oyster Bay. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much. Does the board have any questions? No? Okay,
Thank you so much.
Let's move on to the approval of minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as listed and attached below? Second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Let's move on to the opportunity for the public to be heard on agenda items. In accordance with the open meetings law, school board meetings where school district business will be discussed are open to the public. The Oyster Bay East Norwich Board of Education welcomes public comment at its meetings. The Board of Education will respond to comments and/or inquiries in the appropriate manner. This portion of the meeting is designed exclusively for agenda items. A sign-in book is provided for those residents wishing to address the board. In order to be recognized, you must be signed in. Each speaker will be allowed a maximum of 3 minutes. The board president will call you to the microphone in the order in which you have signed in. Public discussion is prohibited regarding matters relating to an individual's reputation, privacy, or right to due process, which in some way could be violated. A second commentary period is provided for non-agenda items prior to adjournment. We thank you for your participation and cooperation. Has anybody signed in for agenda items? No. Okay, let's move on to approval of instructional personnel items. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the instructional personnel items as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion? Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
I think I want to give a congratulations to Samantha Monroy. She's over here tonight. She's going to be a new Spanish teacher. Congratulations. This is a wonderful place.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Let's move on to the approval of non-instructional personnel items. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the non-instructional personnel items as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion? Second.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Approval of special services resolutions. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the special services resolutions as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Now let's move on to new business. An approval of new business resolutions. Resolved upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools, the Board of Education of the Oyster Bay East Norwich Central School District hereby approves the new business resolutions as listed in their entirety. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Let's move on to public participation on non-agenda items. This is opportunity for the public to be heard. Mariah Paredes?
So the girls asked me to speak on their behalf. We're here to give the board an update on the success of the cheer team just 2 weeks into the season. Week 1, we came in second place, which had never been done before. And this past weekend, we came in first place, which obviously has never been done in team's history. Week 1 and 2, we beat Cold Spring Harbor and West Hempstead, who have in the past and are planning to attend nationals if they get bids. Week 1, we scored better than most of the teams in Class A, Class B, and the co-ed divisions, some who have already gotten bids to attend nationals this year. We are looking for a formal response as to why, after our success, this still means that we would not be able to attend nationals if we receive a bid on Sunday.
Thank you, Ms. Paredes.
First of all, I just want to say that we're very proud of the cheerleading team and the success and all the work that they're doing. I don't think that, I think we have made it very clear in many conversations that we had that if the team was successful, we were not going to prevent the team from attend a national event. But we said at the same time that we expect our students to compete within Section 8 that we have. And obviously, winning the counties would be something that, like I said before in the past, I will bring it to the board for consideration to look at the policies that we have in place. So we wish much success to the team, but obviously at this point, winning the counties and moving forward, it will be something that I would be more than happy to bring it to the board for consideration.
Thank you, Dr. Yanni. Okay, and now let's move on to, what was it? Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second? Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Good night, everyone.